It's afternoon on the internet. What is up? What is going on? I appeared. Well, hello everybody. Just my usual several things I need to do right when I go live that I can't do ahead of time. Cannot do them ahead of time because technology. Ooh, Fleabag. Hello everybody, I am Keith. Sometimes kind of going by my brand of thoughtstorms. What is happening? Come on. I might actually be doing something or trying to. Yeah. Somebody gifted me a sub. I'm low energy, I apologize, I just woke up. I know. Must be nice, right? To have Washington on your side must be nice. Must be nice. I've gotta leave it that way. Okay. Obligatory test message. Dang it. Still very hard to read. And it's hard to read in exactly the wrong place. Well, I gotta fix my screen, you guys. Just in case somebody joins us and decides to do some chatting. Well, I guess I've mainly got show and tell. Man, I worked a long time last night. I worked at least 3.5 hours scrubbing the water-soluble clay out of the two-part epoxy sculpt. I got some pretty cool results. It's very hit and miss. Of course, the early test subjects often will be. So I will go to uh-oh. Alright. That one's not waking up. What about this one? That one's working. Well, I definitely got some negative space to show for it. Oh, it's really not manageable. And let's do this. This is a little better. That's just one. It's the main shape that I did my test pieces with. This is the two-part epoxy sculpt that's left behind after painstakingly soaking and scrubbing and then soaking and then scrubbing to remove the clay. It occurred to me I might try silly putty next. I don't know what you can use to dissolve silly putty, if there is even a way. Get that chat thing turned off. There we go. Well, if you come in and chat, give me a minute to discover who it's, because it's hard to read on my wall, because my wall is backlit by the stupid sun. The stupid Texas sun. Oh yeah, now I'm claiming the sun for Texas. Showing you those two, right? So now I get to the other ones. I'll show you them. I wonder why you don't work. Why did you not plug in? Oh, you're plugged in. You're just being worthless is all. What the? Very style. Oh. I don't think that's a sex toy. I got it from a religious thrift store. I think it's for a deep tissue massage, but okay, hang on, I gotta go to the other room real quick and I'll be right back. Talk amongst yourself. Peace. Marking orders. Okie doke. Ooh, wow. Can't describe how unpleasant that was. So I won't. For once. La 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 la, I have returned. We have pretty successful one. God, where's all my light gone? I want to have some light. Some YouTubers are hand holding their microphones, even if they are the kind you can pin in place. I'm doing my own lighting by hand. It's going to be too bright. This one's sort of cool. I should let these dry off. I want one last soak. Kind of get them somewhat clean. On the black ones, I like the fact that it leaves a little white in the crevices. It's kind of like how you would age a model. That one turned out kind of cool. I barely mixed the clays. Just kind of moosed them up a little bit, and that one turned out pretty darn well, I think. This one that looks like a British cheese looks like a British cheese that's gone feral. Feral cheese. Okay. Now this one probably is loaded up with the clay that could be removed, but can't because it's all encased in some deep crevices. Is that getting any light at all? La la la, la 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 la. This one's sort of good. Oh. That one still needs some scrubbing. I tell you what, I learned a lot about dentistry. I was using big things like toothbrushes, wire brushes, but also a dental pick, like dentists actually use on people's actual teeth. Now, this would be so much easier to see if it weren't still wet. Hopefully, I put that in the corner of kind of the pentagonal dodecahedron.
Scam likely.
Hello, Scam Likely. Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay, anyway, arm's hurting from holding it so long because Scam Likely called me, and they hardly ever call me. Actually, they don't call me very often since I catastrophically changed my phone number. Oh, kids, I'm gonna have a sugar-free mint. Everybody have a nice morsel of food and some water. Oh, well. So yeah, that's the show and tell. Really no change on this project. I've located my torch and my butane. So maybe I can try that to make the remaining glue up work. I was hoping to do without that. But the things I've tried so far have not worked. And I'm almost out of that particular kind of epoxy sculpt. I've got another that's the same, it's supposed to be the same color. Different company, it's not going to be the same color. And I don't love that. But I'm not going to buy more of the other one. Well, I can't really buy anything. Which reminds me, patreon.com/thoughtstorms. co-fi.com. That might not be .com. /thoughtstorms. Oh, that's really scrolling slow. And slow and scroll. That didn't work. There's my brain. My brain. Well, so last night I am watching a great Twitch stream joint. You guys really should look them up. All one word, The Mocky Horror Picture Show. MOCKY Horror Picture Show. With a the THE on the beginning. They do a live riff on a movie or TV show, and they're very funny. And man, I was killing on chat. Somebody actually said, "Man, Thoughtstorms, you are on fire." And so I typed in there, if I was as funny on my stream as I am in chat, I'd have an audience to be funny with and for. And I'm going to move that flashlight because no, I don't like that in my eyeballs. So, this has been an exercise in what materials and tools can I still find? What do I have room to do something about? Ideas aplenty I have, not just for testing the viability of something, like that's what these things are, is concept testers. I like to do them in such a way that they make a cool object, if not work of art. I stopped on a mediocre one. I like that one. It's got a really quizzical shape to it. You will notice, here, maybe, see there's kind of a cube that I've done all kinds of alterations to. Well, even more alterations give you that. Let's run through all kinds of things, all kinds of filters, all kinds of fractal programs. I couldn't write the fractal programs, but I can tweak the variables. I can change the numbers in one area and triple them over here and slide this slider, change the colors. Heard my brain again. think it's still set in random mode. That is a million variations and layers that I copied over my own shapes. The idea when you've got the brain thing, which you can't see behind my head, at least not till I move my head. That's the same starting point for this thing, and the reason is I want to make videos where they kind of slowly dissolve, morph. I would love them to morph one into the next. Plus, I just, on your way to something that you consider a finished piece, there are versions that tickle my fancy enough that I save them. In some ways, working with these fractal programs are more similar to a photographer who goes to a certain wilderness area because he or she knows that there'll be some good things to take pictures of. Although I actually change the environment in ways that photographers really can't. It's more like going on a holodeck and you program the scenery. I should let me zoom in and out. Feels weird to look at my own pieces, and that one's really not a finished slice. I think, yeah, I've got better layers on that Photoshop document than that. Did a lot of things with the tree figure, either in a circle or some of them in a pentagon. That might bother trypophobes. I've mentioned before I'm the opposite. I really like the trypophobe imagery with the holes close to each other. That one's kind of see-through in areas I didn't really want it to be. Pretty flower. Kind of flower. Kind of pretty. I guess we're back to where I sort of started. So many twisties. Oh, that's actually a different one. There's a couple of they're a lot like that, similar to that. Really pleased with that one. Got some really good results. Oh, this one was the attempt to not hurt the trypophobes by inverting, making it a negative image, working it from it that way so that it's like they're lights close together instead of holes. I don't know how they would work, and I'm not going to bother my one trypophobe friend once again. I didn't flip all of the holes. Some of them stayed black on that version. Nice fractal. like something you find on an archaeological dig. Anyway, I will quit flipping through here for pretty soon. Let's see. Let's kill a little time with a game on the internet. As soon as, yeah. Still making me crazy over there, Mr. Flashlight. Quit it. Flashlight. Not flashlight. That's what it sounded like even to me. Alright, I have no idea which one of my many browsers you're gonna see when I do this. So far nothing. It's a brave man that lets oh dear. Well, let's see what happens. Yep. Ooh, wow. So excessively huge, and when I shrink it down, it goes off of the screen. I'm not a fan of that. That pleases me not. Oh, that's right. Oh, yeah, my setup here is janky. I need to make a crap ton of changes. Try voting again. Nope, that one's not gonna work. I tell you what. You got a Wayne's World, excellent. No, we didn't. We didn't. Why did that? OBS. I don't know what the O or the V or the S stand for, but they're free. It's a free program and worth every penny. Except not. I can't really seem to get my. There we go. Wayne's World, excellent. Let's try this. See, that's a lot better. Alright. So I used to get ads on here. Of course, that's the story of my life now. We didn't used to have ads here. Gee, thanks for showing me a pizza with melty cheese just stretching. The cheese stretch, they call that. Let's do Singapore. And let's see how many miles. Of course, the ad is directly in the way. I guess maybe not. Okay, about 5,000 miles away, and I would walk 5,000 more just to be the man who walked 1,000 miles upon down at your door. Da, 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 da. Let's clear this and hit Singapore. And let's right click, measure distance. And then, once again on my actual phone, I would be seeing the distance to my cursor, and that is incredibly handy. We're just zooming across. Come on. It's not responding. I'm a good streamer. I'm getting better. I watched a lot of my own streams. Well, yep, that's frozen up. Lovely. I have to do this one the old-fashioned way. Let's try Sudan. It's warmer. It's 1500 from here. Let's go to the place we're not supposed to translate anymore. COTE. Wow. I don't know how to pronounce it, so that's why I'm. Yes, Cote d'Ivoire. I believe that used to be Englishized as Ivory Coast, and I don't think they like that anymore. Let's try up around here. What about Iran? It's warmer. And it's 560 miles. I really kind of need the other thing. Oh, you're kidding me. I guess it's... Alright. Clear measurements. Okay. Oh, I don't want Singapore. Oh, I don't want Singapore anymore. What did I end up with? I can't remember if I did Iran or Iraq. Iran. And it was 5 something. So, come here. God, I wish that would stop. Stuff popping up in the way all of the time. When I go live on Facebook and I want to end it, it's flashing up this thing saying low connection speed. And until that little pop-up goes away, I can't hit the end going live. And I tend to swear at times like that. I have so far managed to avoid any international problems. 500 from Iran, I'm going to go north. So I'm going to right click right there. Measure distance. And how far is it to Finland? Finland, Finland, Finland. The country where I want to be, eating breakfast or dinner, or snack lunch in the hall. Finland, Finland, Finland. Finland has it all. You're so near to Russia, so far from Japan, quite a long way from Cairo, lots of miles from Vietnam. Finland, Finland, Finland. a country where I want to be, eating breakfast or dinner, or snack lunch in the hall. 8-11 to Ukraine. I don't. Oh, great. Clear. Back to Iran. Measure distance. Am I cheating? Kind of. I'm lifting the small weights right now. How far would Tunisia be? About 3 times too far. Sugar daddy, bring it home. Measure distance. I'm just gonna try Egypt on the game. It's cooler. C-O-O-L-E, cooler. How about Nepal? There's a Nepalese restaurant not far from here. I'd like to try it when I was still driving for Lyft. Oh, that's cooler. What about us? Oh, let's try Cyprus. You know what? I think I'm gonna cut bait. This is not compelling. Like I said, I watched a lot of my own video on demands. It's warmer, but not as warm as Iran. Yeah, and when I got to this point on mine, I would end up fast forwarding. So I don't think I'd want to keep up with this. So do this. Yeah. So, yes. Find one I like so I can leave it on there. I like the fact that I can have a just profoundly non-rectangular. I mean, with all those holes through it, the drifting background is seen through. It's quite the opposite of Nicole. I am going to try and show these now that they're dry. I don't think I've got all of the clay out, but doesn't absolutely have to get every last drop. And the light situation's still not idealistic. And that's not any better. Let's bring it down some. Dang it. So I was thinking that on camera especially, both black and white, it's hard to see the contrast and see what's going on. Gray's a better mix. This one looks gray when it's dry. I decided it would be cool to mix 3 kinds of clay. Black 2-part epoxy sculpt, white 2-part epoxy sculpt, and then the soluble clay, ceramic or possibly silly putty. I know from past experiment that Play-Doh doesn't work very well, which is too bad because it's cheap and you would think it'd be real easy to get out. Seems like it kind of soaks up enough of the chemistry of the 2-part epoxy, and so yeah, that particular dog hasn't been hunting well either. Let's see if there's anything else. Handy. So I have saved all kinds of toys and broken pieces of toys and things that I've gotten at thrift stores over the years. I'd forgotten about this guy. I think he's kind of hilarious. He's a laser cannon shark, and his tail moves a very small amount. And in front of his little flippers, he's got controls for the gun. His hands aren't on it, so I guess he's not gonna shoot anybody. Anyway, squirrel! I saw that and I thought I'd show that. Dollar store for icing, like cupcakes, and the things inside are different lids. Be interesting to see what I can do with my clays. And by interesting, I mean, okay, I'm going to talk about an idea that I had, and this was a kind of a test of the idea. Man, this is pointless. This is really pointless. Give me 1 moment. Video brightness. So it's positively a bas relief of a tree form. I mean, I did this 8 or so years ago, long before some of those tree in a circle things you saw. This was just formed on a big plastic kickball. But the idea occurred to me while I was making that, to make it so that the tree is negative. The tree is the substrate I'll eventually paint will be sort of like you were going to cast a positive tree inside of a concave space, because it occurred to me, imagine basically that it's so hard to get it to adjust the camera. There's the bottom of there's the trunk. Oh, come on. Guys, I've got to learn how to use, I've got cameras out the wazoo over here. And they've got nice optical zoom. How about you let go of me this month? You lousy, sick bastard. Yeah, I've got, granted, kind of older tech, and I haven't been able to make them work as webcams. If I could do things like focus them. So, the slog to get my gear ready. Anyway, so when walking by this, when the tree is physically negative space, I'll be painting the tree, painting the inside of the mold of the tree. You would get to a point where you couldn't even see the tree if you put the tree deep set enough. You could just see the sky, and I like that. I like that idea. You're walking by it in a gallery or in somebody's home, and it's like a big rectangular contact lens shape on their wall, and it's kind of sky and grass colored. Oh, there's a tree. Oh, okay, that's interesting. There's a tree there. I took a painting class at UT Arlington, and one of the ones that I did, I had the red and white striped tower. And one of my fascinations is towers, pylons, power towers, cell phone towers, all that. So I had painted that, and then I went in to paint the sky kind of around it, kind of defined it, and the sky was thicker than the tower. And I got thinking that would be really cool to paint in such a way, in a way with levels of thickness, that the plane flying by would be way, way, way built up, be positive, closer to the viewer, and the things that are close up, like say there's a tree with limbs blocking some of it, that would be the closest to the canvas, closest to the substrate. Still want to explore some of that. I've found hundreds of bottles of various kinds of paint, various colors. I've got paper rolls, so I can do some of that doodling, and then keep doodling and keep doodling and keep doodling, and here's some doodling I've already done. Can't remember when I did that. It was with some gel pens. That was the idea there, was I could keep on improvising line next to line next to line, and end up with something that would be rectangular but so long that it's not, it's more of a line instead of a, I mean, that's just ways of thinking about it. I had access to a machine that would let you make those buttons, kind of like campaign buttons, the rounded. So these are some prints that I specifically made back then to, oh, this is so curlied. I'd like to show this design too. I don't have a good high resolution version of it. I don't know how well that shows up. This was an attempt where I made the thing circular. The main one that I did a limited edition that I've sold two copies of. It was square, but it was an MC Escher self-tiling shape, and I liked it really well for a long time. It's hard to get one of those to work. Basically, it took my whole life up to that point to get one that worked worth a damn, and it works. It still works nicely in the center of the hexagon, where 6 of the dragon's heads interlock. That part works great, but for some reason I gave it really interesting shaped, almost butterfly wings, because that hermit dragon, or actually I think of it as thinking of that as a hornet dragon, is kind of a little more insect-like. And then I took its kind of snake body. It's a snake with 2 arms and wings, not wings that are arms like the I'm so distracted. The George R.R. Martin TV shows dragons are, I don't remember if they've got back legs or not, any of them. I think the ones on the shows that are coming out now don't. Anyway, this was just a snake with 2 arms and 2 wings, and everything went together nicely. The arms went to a place that defined the back of the head of the one in front of the one, not in front of it, but rotated around. If I had better control of my camera, I'd be showing you on the print, but the snake part, I snaked it around the shape, the overall shape, around the wing, and let it bunch up on itself, and it didn't bother me for years, literally, and now it bothers me. I know I'm trying to defeat perfectionism, but some things just don't need to be the way they are when you pump the brakes on a project. We're coming up on an hour. I'm finding Thursday at 5 kind of hard to gear up for. I skipped it 2 weeks ago. I don't know. Once again, I'm getting views on the videos on demand. I'm more surprised than anyone. I mean, there's 1 or 2 that it's just me, or maybe a family member. But I think I'm gonna crimp this one off. Let's think if I can think of any wisdom. Oh, man, this is always the time when I think, where's that stack of old poems? I don't remember the last time I wrote a poem. I'd like to read them for you. I've got a two-man show that I can read an old version of it, but I'd like to have a separate voice. I could play both voices, but it'd be better if I could get somebody maybe on the phone or on screen Zoom style. I have a completely incomplete play that has 3 characters written so far. There's a 4th character and some unready scenes, but that might be something that I might try to make happen on stream. It's kind of hard to say. So I'll tell you what, it is almost an hour, and my cameras are working worse than I realized, and I knew they were not working great. And I spent so much time last night scrubbing all that clay out of the other clay. I think I showed this one after it dried. You make 30 of these, and you can assemble them. This corner here could come up on another one in that corner in a straight line, and you end up with a pentagonal dodecahedron. That was just sort of I need a shape to test, and we shall see. I didn't finish my thought. If I swirl black 2-part epoxy that's already mixed up, and white 2-part epoxy that's already mixed up, and soluble clay, the ceramic or silly putty, then I can have 3 colors. I can have white and black and negative space. And I think that could be really cool. And it might be structurally better. There's one of these test pieces really broke down and kind of dissolved almost. Some of them broke apart pretty much. Some things I like about that. Boy, I would really like to get my lights and cameras in much better shape for streaming, and hopefully I will do so, but there is zero budget. There is negative at least 3-digit budget for making any of that happen. And as a result, I don't think I would recommend anyone hold their breath. Holding my breath, release the catch. People make rings out of like nice silver cutlery, spoons and stuff. That's what this one reminds me of. Looks like 7 spoons going after the same soup. So I said I'd crimp it off, and I'm gonna. Man, that assembly took forever, and it's weird. There's soft focus on all the teeth. All right. I think that's the image we had to start with. I appreciate anybody coming by and watching the VOD. I didn't see any chatters, but that's okay. Maybe somebody lurked. This is Thursday, and it's, I don't know, o'clock. 6:02 Texas time. 6:02 p.m. 18:02 if you're military or British or pretty much the rest of the world. We do that. Oh. Color, COLOUR if you're British or Welsh or Scottish or Australian or Norwegian. That's one of the reasons that I spell things the British way, because I'm a citizen of the world. And I didn't feel like nobody consulted me when we decided, yeah, throw these U's away. We never have silent U's or silent letters in our version of words, so we're better. Anyway, I'm all over the map. And I want to get all over a nap. I know I haven't been awake terribly long, but I tell you what, I don't have a lot of energy. I get a... If anyone knows anything about this, shingles are a disease that people get who had chicken pox in their youth, and it's basically kind of the return of the chicken pox. And for most people, it is excruciating. It's just really terrible. My brother had it, and it was bad. But for most people, they don't come back. You get them once, and it's terrible. And hopefully you get some medicine, and you chase it off, and it's gone. Some people have it recur one time. My poor aunt had the painful kind, and I don't remember how many times it recurred for her. Well, I'm a little different part of that spectrum. I'm right now experiencing an incredibly mild. All mine are incredibly mild. There'll just be a dot on the back of my hand and a dot on my arm, and just little dots here and there, and they itch and hurt and don't hit. But I got it much easier than most people. But mine come back. This is at least the 12th outbreak. I think it's more like 14, 15. And it's this time I'm only feeling it on my eyelids, especially this eyelid. So I am taking some acyclovir, and that's probably one of the things that's kind of knocking me down. So I plan to come back in 2 days. Saturday. It just occurred to me that I think something's going on Saturday. I don't think it's a deal breaker. I think I'll be back. So maybe try me Saturday, 5 o'clock Texas time, Chicago time, Central time, daylight mangling time. Thanks for being patient with me. I'm trying to be recovering perfectionista, and my motto is embrace the shambolic. Failure is not just always an option, it's a certainty. And on the rare occasion that you do something knowing it's going to fail and it doesn't, hey, that's great. That's the way I used to approach auditioning for plays. I'm not going to get cast. If I get cast, it'll be some tiny part. On one occasion, I was cast in a small part, Shakespeare. 2 actors dropped out, and I ended up playing the lead, which was a male romantic lead, Benedict, in Much Ado About Nothing. So I just think that's a healthier way to look at it, and it also takes some of the pressure off of you, and so you do better. I do better at the audition because I kind of don't care. Now, I was a big fish in a small pond. I was in a town with, 3 handfuls of male actors that came out for almost every, the various play auditions. And since 90% of the parts in plays are written for males, hopefully that's changed quite a bit since I was active. People are still doing the old plays that were written that way. Anyway, so the point was I got cast a lot. So that helps let's act like I don't care if I get it. It's not so much act like, it's like just don't care. It's like jury duty. You want to know the solution to jury duty? How to get out of jury duty? You'll get out of jury duty. You'll get out of jury duty if, like me, you want to be on the jury. I want to be one of the voices that gets heard. I don't want just people with the opposite views on certain matters to be the ones making all the calls. So with that attitude, I sat on a jury for I sat in a jury box for half an hour. But when the trial started, the first thing said was, "Your Honor, can we approach the bench?" They talked amongst themselves. Said, "Everybody hang tight. We're going to go to the judge's quarters." Quarters? It's not right. Chamber, I think. So they went off stage, in my parlance, and it was probably pretty close to 15 minutes. And they came out, and the judge told a dad joke, and he said, "That and $14 concludes your service. Thank you. Goodbye." This is the one time I served as a juror. That is a word that needs to go ahead and change. I don't think anybody can say it easily. What was the show that kept referencing the rural juror? All right, I have been threatening to crimp this off for a long time. And then I got into a stream of weirdness and consciousness. And now I want to get into a state of unconsciousness. So, via con queso, go with cheese. Next stream is planned. Next stream is planned for Saturday at 5 p.m. Texas time.